The sun constantly emits ultraviolet radiation, which is a radiation just like visible light, except that this type of radiation is invisible to the naked eye, and the wavelength is also longer than light. Research has shown that exposure to UV radiation will result in effects such as genetic mutation and skin cancer, which is why we put sunblocks on our skin. However, we all know that we can walk to the supermarket under a hot sun like nobody's business without getting skin cancer. Why? Because there's a layer of gas known as the ozone layer. Ozone is like the regular oxygen we breathe. It is a molecule of oxygen. It only has oxygen, except that it has 3 oxygen atoms bonded, whereas regular oxygen only has 2. Ozone is a pale blue gas that is easily detectable by the human nose and also causes respiratory problems when inhaled. However, when it is in the upper atmosphere, it is very important as it prevents harmful UV radiation from reaching us, thus preventing us from getting stuff like skin cancer and genetic mutation. Meanwhile, there's another molecule known as chlorofluorocarbon, otherwise known as CFC. It is made up of a chlorine atom, 3 fluorine atoms, and a carbon atom. CFCs was mainly used in refrigerators and air conditioners until scientists found out that CFCs have been destroying the ozone layer, allowing plenty of UV radiation to reach us and give us stuff like skin cancer. The process goes something like this. After the CFC molecule gets released, diffusion allows it to spread all over the place. Under the influence of sunlight, the chlorine atom breaks off from the CFC molecule and is free to float around. However, the deadly effects begin here. If that free chlorine atom happens to collide with an ozone molecule, it will steal an oxygen atom, chlorine oxide, and regular oxygen. Then, when a free molecule of oxygen collides with a chlorine oxide molecule, it steals that oxygen atom from the chlorine oxide to form regular oxygen and chlorine. That free atom of chlorine is now free to destroy more ozone, and the cycle keeps continuing, destroying the ozone layers and giving us skin cancer and genetic mutations. This has resulted in a giant ozone hole in the Antarctic region and in the Arctic region. Luckily for us, in 1987, the Montreal Protocol was signed, and with the agreement that CFC production will be halved in 1998 and will be completely phased out by 2030. The ozone layer will then be allowed to heal and is expected to fully recover by 2015. So that's good news for us. At least in the near future, we and our kids won't get horrible stuff like skin cancer and genetic mutations.